There is a kidney function test most patients have never even heard of. It's called eGFR, Estimated Glomerular Filtration Rate. It is the single best measure of how efficiently your kidneys filter your blood, and it usually appears as a small line of text on your annual lab work that almost nobody pays attention to. Here is what should concern you. In adults over 60, eGFR naturally declines by an average of about 1 milliliter per minute per year. That is the normal aging curve. But for adults over 60 who consume certain specific beverages daily, that decline happens 2 to 3 times faster. By age 75, the difference between someone drinking the wrong things and someone drinking the right things is roughly a full decade of kidney function, sometimes even more. These problematic drinks aren't exotic. They are 4 of the most commonly consumed beverages in American senior households. The right drinks are equally simple, and the difference between those two patterns, sustained over 15 years, can be the deciding factor between healthy aging and chronic kidney disease. I'm Dr. Goodman, and on this channel, we explore the published research behind the medical decisions and dietary choices that matter most after age 65. Today, we are going to walk through the 4 drinks that research consistently links to kidney decline, the 3 drinks that actively support your kidney's filter function, and a realistic protocol you can start implementing tomorrow. Throughout this video, I will reference patient cases. Names and details are illustrative composites drawn from common clinical patterns. To understand why what you drink matters so much to your kidneys, you need to grasp one piece of biology that is rarely explained to patients. Your kidneys are not just simple hollow filters. Each kidney contains roughly 1 million microscopic filtering units called nephrons. Every single nephron is a specialized structure that removes waste, balances your electrolytes, regulates your blood pressure, and maintains your body's acid-base equilibrium. Working together, they process about 45 gallons of fluid every 24 hours. After age 40, you naturally begin to lose nephrons. It happens slowly at first, but accelerates after 60. By age 70, the average person has lost roughly 30% of the nephrons they had at 20. This is normal aging. And for a healthy senior, that remaining 70% is more than enough for a normal life. The danger zone begins when daily habits accelerate that loss. Once you fall below roughly 30% of normal kidney function, you have crossed into chronic kidney disease territory. Once you fall below 15%, you are approaching dialysis. This progression is usually slow and entirely silent. Your kidneys do not hurt when they are being damaged. By the time symptoms actually appear, a meaningful amount of function is already gone forever. This is exactly why what you drink every single day, sustained over years, matters disproportionately. Your kidneys filter every milliliter of fluid you consume. Whatever is in that fluid passes directly through your nephrons. If it stresses them, through a high sugar load, phosphoric acid, chronic dehydration, oxalates, or alcohol, that cumulative damage is very real. Let me introduce you to a patient. We'll call him Frank. Frank was 73 when his daughter brought him in for a second opinion. His eGFR had dropped from a stable 75 at age 65 down to 52 at age 73. That is a loss of roughly 23 points in 8 years. The natural aging rate would have predicted an 8-point drop. Frank had lost 3 times the expected function. His other labs were unremarkable. His blood pressure was managed, he didn't have diabetes, he had no history of kidney stones, and we couldn't identify any medication side effects. But when we reviewed his daily intake, the pattern emerged in under 3 minutes. Frank drank 1 large Diet Cola with breakfast. He had sweet iced tea, the kind you buy in gallon jugs, with lunch and throughout the afternoon. He drank a sports drink during his daily walk because a doctor once told him to stay hydrated. And he had 2 beers most evenings. That is 4 out of our 4. Every day. For decades. We didn't need to add a new medical diagnosis. The cumulative daily load on his nephrons was the diagnosis. He immediately stopped all four. He replaced them with the three beneficial drinks I'm about to outline, plus simple water. 18 months later, his eGFR stabilized at 55. It wasn't a dramatic, heroic improvement, but the rapid decline had stopped. His nephrologist told him that stabilizing was the absolute best-case scenario at his stage. The steady march toward dialysis was no longer his trajectory. Before we cover the four drinks, there is one specific lab number I want every senior watching this to know: your eGFR. Pull up your most recent lab work and look for it. Normal, above 90. Mild decline, 60 to 89. Moderate decline, stage 3 CKD, 30 to 59. Severe, below 30. If your eGFR is below 60, you are in early chronic kidney disease, whether anyone has explicitly told you or not. And the dietary interventions we are about to discuss become dramatically more important. If you have ever had your eGFR measured, drop the number in the comments below. I'm not asking for names or diagnoses, just the number. I want to map how many viewers are unknowingly sitting inside CKD territory. The four drinks linked to accelerated kidney decline. Drink 1. Dark sodas, particularly cola. This is the most thoroughly studied beverage kidney link in the medical literature. Multiple large epidemiological studies show that adults consuming 2 or more dark sodas a day have a 40 to 60% higher risk of developing chronic kidney disease. The mechanism is layered. First is the high sugar load, about 39 grams in a standard 12-ounce can. Chronic high glucose stresses the kidney's ability to filter without spilling glucose into the urine. Second, and more specifically, dark colas use phosphoric acid as a flavor and preservative agent. Excess phosphate is linked to calcium phosphate crystal formation in nephrons. This leads to accelerated nephron loss and elevated parathyroid hormone. Over years, this damage compounds. Note, clear sodas like Sprite or ginger ale typically lack phosphoric acid. Drink 2. Sweet tea and sweetened iced beverages. This disproportionately impacts Southern senior households, where sweet tea is a daily staple, sometimes consumed by the gallon. A standard restaurant glass of sweet tea has about 35 grams of sugar. A gallon jug from the grocery store packs around 150 grams. That is the sugar equivalent of 4 or 5 sodas. Your kidneys have to process every gram of that sugar. This chronic load accelerates a process called glomerular hyperfiltration. The nephrons are forced to work much harder than they should. Additionally, black tea contains oxalates, which can form calcium oxalate crystals, the most common type of kidney stone in susceptible people. If you have a history of stones, sweet tea puts you at an outsized risk for recurrence. Drink 3. Sports drinks. This one frustrates me deeply because sports drinks are aggressively marketed to seniors under the guise of hydration, implying they are healthier than water. They aren't. A standard 20-ounce sports drink holds about 34 grams of sugar and 160 milligrams of sodium. For a 25-year-old running a marathon, that is a highly useful electrolyte package. For a 70-year-old taking a 30-minute walk, it is a sugar bomb paired with extra sodium that your aging kidneys now have to filter and excrete. Just stick with water for a 30-minute walk. Drink 4. Excessive alcohol, especially beer. This one is uncomfortable because it touches on a daily ritual for many older adults, but the data is undeniable. Adults over 60 consuming more than 7 alcoholic drinks per week experience measurably faster kidney decline than those consuming fewer than 3. Beer specifically is high in purines. Your body metabolizes purines into uric acid. Elevated uric acid is both a major kidney stone risk and an independent risk factor for nephron damage. 2 beers an evening, 6 days a week, is 14 standard drinks. The 3 drinks that support senior kidney function. Drink 1. Plain water, ideally filtered with lemon. This is your foundation. Adequate hydration is the single most protective intervention available. As a population, adults over 60 are chronically underhydrated because our sensation of thirst weakens as we age. By the time you feel thirsty, you are already 2 to 3% dehydrated. Your daily target is roughly half your body weight in ounces. So, a 180-pound senior should aim for about 90 ounces of fluid daily. Adding a squeeze of lemon provides citrate, which reduces kidney stone formation. Drink 2. Unsweetened hibiscus tea. This is arguably the most underrated kidney-supportive beverage in the medical literature. Multiple trials show it effectively reduces systolic blood pressure. Because chronic hypertension is a leading cause of CKD, lowering your blood pressure directly protects your kidneys. Protocol: 2 cups a day, brewed from dried flowers or plain bagged tea. Avoid the sugar-laden, pre-bottled hibiscus health drinks. They defeat the entire purpose. Drink 3. Unsweetened pomegranate juice, small dose. Pomegranate juice is packed with punicalagins and polyphenols, offering some of the strongest antioxidant activity of any common juice. Protocol: the dose is critical here. 2 to 4 ounces a day, not a full glass. It contains natural sugar, and drinking a massive glass overrides the antioxidant benefits. Dilute those 2 to 4 ounces with water once daily. The 4-step action protocol. Step 1. Pull your most recent lab work. Find your eGFR and write it down. If you don't have it, explicitly ask for it at your next doctor's visit. Step 2. For exactly 1 week, log every single beverage you drink. Be honest. Most patients are shocked when they see it on paper. Step 3. Replace the 4 harmful drinks one at a time, not all at once. Start with cola, then sweet tea, then sports drinks. Leave beer for last. Staggering the replacements prevents failure. Step 4. Recheck your eGFR in 12 months. If you follow this protocol and your decline is 0 or less, you have substantially slowed your kidney aging. Frank sent me a photograph last month. He was at his granddaughter's college graduation, smiling and holding a glass of plain water with a slice of lemon. His most recent eGFR was 56. That is what stabilized kidney function looks like. It isn't a heroic, magical recovery. It is simply stopping the cumulative daily insults and replacing them with habits that support your organs. If your kidneys have been declining faster than they should, you have far more leverage than you've been led to believe. Please share this with anyone who might benefit. The payoff could be a preserved decade of kidney function. I'm Dr. Goodman. Take care of each other.